All right, let's see here. All right, let's switch. So these 4 women ruined an entire generation. You got Sophie Rain, Mia Khalifa, Bonnie Blue, and Lily. Bro, I'm telling you guys, and I put here, they empowered a generation of women to pursue being. Look at me, man. I would say, if we keep going down this path, I'm about to tell you guys, you're gonna have to go somewhere else to find like a main chick, bro. If we keep going down this path in America. Women are cooked, guys. I'm telling you guys, women are cooked. Because here's the thing. Not every girl, and I want to be explicit about this. I want to be crystal clear explicit about this. Okay? Not every girl is going to go on OnlyFans and fuck on OnlyFans like these girls. Or be a
redacted.
Or be a fake virgin. Okay? Not every girl is going to be like these girls specifically. But the important thing that you guys need to realize, right? And there's also something else I want to show you guys as well. Besides this is kind of a two-parter here. Okay? 2 things here I want to show you guys that are very important. This girl said, if Cardi B is a blueprint, why can't she keep a man? Right? And I said, blueprint by women, LOL, there were never good female architects. If we had to rely on women for innovation, it would be rubbing sticks together for fire, right? But here's Cardi B, right? And then these 4 women, right? Again, I want to be explicitly clear about this because some of you niggas are I'm not saying modern women are going to aspire to be a fake virgin like Sophie Rain. I'm not saying women are going to aspire to be like Bonnie Blue and get banged by 1,000 dudes in a day. I'm not saying girls are going to aspire to be like Lily Phillips and get fucked by 100 guys a day. Or I'm not saying even that women are going to aspire to be like Mia Khalifa and do full-on fucking and then try to go ahead and reform later, but still at the same time keep their fucking stage name. And I'm also not saying that women are going to become ratchet like Cardi B saying, I'm not going to cook but clean, but I still got a ring. I'm not saying that this is where we're going. But what I am saying is that the barometer's been expanded. What the fuck do I mean by this? It used to be a woman would be born, or a little girl would be born. She would play with dolls. She would play house. She'd wear a dress. She'd go to school. She went to school more as a means to, kind of pass the time, be educated to a degree. And then after high school, she prioritized finding a man and getting married and then having children in her late teens, early 20s. And then alongside that man, they would build a family. The nuclear family would exist. White picket fence, homes, etc. The 1950s, 60s dream, right? That's what it was. The concept of feminism, the concept of entering the workforce, etc., was a distant facade. Then the 1960s hit, and they started to see women enter the workforce, go to school, be educated, etc. Then we expanded the barometer with what women could aspire to be, right? Fine. I'm not even that mad about that. We told women that they could vote, they could be like men, they can go ahead and work and all this other shit, whatever. It is what it is, right? That's kind of where we got to. But over the last 30 or 40 years or so, there's been this gross over-sexualization of women, right? And I would say we've pretty much passed the tipping point now where now in the 2020s, thanks to COVID and the pandemic, and people having more time and being inside and people consuming more content in general, we've seen a rise in pornography and OnlyFans usage and women becoming influencers. And for women to become influencers, they must be provocative and be. And this is where we kind of go into what I'm going to cover. So, since women, right, it used to be pushing the needle would be getting a job and getting a career and getting getting educated, right? Maybe even getting a degree. Now, pushing the needle is being
redacted.
So if you guys notice, we've expanded, right, what's acceptable for women. You can make the argument that expanding it where they can be educated and go to school and go to work is positive. Fine. I'm not even going to argue that, even though I do think that there's some detriment to that. But what I will say is, just like we viewed feminism, right, and women entering the workforce and women getting educated as a positive, or like now we're expanding what women can do. Now we're expanding it even more where women can now be, okay? So what used to be shunned and shamed is now celebrated, appreciated, and most importantly, endorsed. And a lot of women want to follow in these girls' footsteps. There's a girl that came on this show, if you guys remember, that said that she opened up her OnlyFans on her 18th birthday, and when she walked the stage, she threw money in the air that she made from OnlyFans. She was in high school, and she was on OnlyFans. And she walked the stage and threw money in the air on her graduation walk. Some random girl from the Midwest in Ohio somewhere. My friends, I'm here to tell you guys, we are now entering a new frontier. And with this new frontier, what we're entering is we're basically entering the era where women being is going to be normally, socially accepted, and other women are going to aspire to be it. Because we got people like Mia Khalifa, Sophie Rain, all these sex objects, Cardi B, etc., where they're encouraging women and they're telling women that it's okay to be a. So what we've done is we've pushed the paradigm further and further and further where there is no off limits. The off limit used to be not trying to pursue a family. Now the off limit is fuck the family. We want you to be a full-on. That's where we are now. And we're also getting to the point where not only are we pushing it where we're telling women to be, we're telling women doing anything for men makes you a pick-me. Now, doing anything for the express benefit of a man is pejoratively insulted. Pick me. Right? So not only are women encouraged to be, now they're being encouraged to not pursue a family, to not do anything for men, to not preserve themselves for a long-term relationship, and instead they're told to be in their youth, monetize said youth. And the worst part, they're not warning them of the consequences of this later on. None of these bitches are coming and saying, yeah, by the way, forgot to tell you this, but by being a 304, it's going to be really tough to get guys to take you seriously. Nope, of course not. They're not telling women any of this stuff. So, again, because I really want to make this very clear to you guys, I'm not saying every single girl is going to be a. But what I am saying is the most influential women are. And it's only a matter of time until we see the average girl be a by the norm.
Nope.
Right? That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit that sound effect. Because the women that are the most influential that women look up to, that they want to be like, are 304s. All the top female streamers, what are they? 304s.
Welcome, punch.
Top female influencers, 304s.
Welcome, punch.
Very few women are respected for their brains. This is why I like Candace Owens. Dresses modestly, uses her brain, doesn't use her body. But unfortunately, that's not the norm for women. The most influential women, Kim Kardashian, Cardi B, these fucking sex worker chicks, Sophie Rain, etc. These are the women that a lot of these girls look up to. And what ends up happening is when you have as the most influential women in society, suddenly,
redacted.
Isn't that fucking offensive? Suddenly, having a body count of 20 isn't that big a deal. Suddenly, having a boyfriend and a side dude isn't that big a deal. Suddenly, dating multiple men at the same time and having a roster is okay. Suddenly, being a virgin is looked at as, what the fuck is wrong with you, bitch? Suddenly, saying, oh, I want to serve my man and make him food is considered weird and pick-me behavior. You guys see where I'm going with this? We're pushing the fucking Overton window so goddamn left that what's going to happen is the norm is going to be women are promiscuous by default. Because the women that are the most influential are such fucking big that being a small isn't that big a deal. This girl fucked 1,000 dudes in a day. I just fucked 2. Not that big a deal. As we continue to further and further allow more and more female degeneracy, what's extremely degenerate today will be the norm tomorrow. Guys, the concept of a woman saying, don't cook, don't clean, but still got a ring would be fucking Chinese in the 1950s. Excuse me? Don't cook, don't clean, but you got a ring? Excuse me? Foreign concept. What is she talking about? Is she even speaking English? Fast forward 60, 70 years. Now it's played on the radio, on repeat. Girls are singing along at sorority houses. Women are playing it on the radio when they're driving to work. They're listening to it in their fucking iPods when they're in the gym. Do you guys see where I'm going with this? What was considered a foreign concept 60 to 70 years ago is now the norm. It used to be, how can I get married and keep my man? Now it's about, I don't care about getting married. I'm going to do the least to get fucking married. It's going to get to a point, chat, where if you find a girl that has 10 bodies or less, no, not even against, that's where we are. Let me just be honest. If you find a girl that's under 10 bodies, that's considered a find nowadays. If you find a girl that's under 5 bodies, holy shit, mind blown. Find a girl that's a virgin, damn near impossible. That's where we are. Whereas, like I said before, 50, 60 years ago, finding a girl that was a virgin, that was the standard. It used to be no hymen, no diamond. I don't hear niggas saying that no more. You might hear it on the red pill circles like with us. What do you think, normie guys are saying no hymen, no diamond? Get the fuck out of here.
Fatality.
Most niggas don't even know what a hymen is. And we're going to go all the way here. These young niggas don't even know what a hymen is. That concept is foreign to young men. If you're a 21-year-old man right now, you probably have never heard of this shit before. Hymen, what's that? Yeah. Because by the time you get a bitch, there's no way she has a hymen anymore. No way. And that's where we are, chat. That's where we are. It's not that every girl is a it's that the most influential girls are and being even a low key is going to be the norm. That's what I'm telling you guys, and that's what I'm bracing you guys for. The norm is going to be what we consider a today is going to be the norm in 20, 30 years. The average girl at 21 years old in 20, 30 years is going to have 50 bodies, and no one's going to bat an eye. Oh yeah, okay, cool. Marriage material, under 20 bodies. That's where it's going to be, chat. That's where it's going to be. Every girl will have had been fucked by some kind of celebrity at some point because the way that we're interconnected with the social media and dating apps. You might marry a that hooked up with 10 NBA players before you. And it's going to be the norm. That's where we're going. Because women are not independent thinkers. They go off of what other women do. They're influenced by the masses. So if the most influential women are, what do you think's going to happen, chat? Brace yourselves, man. Brace yourselves. These are the women that are leading the fucking revolution, my friends. So,
Redacted.
because girls see how much money they make for being and they're fucking pursuing this. Look at the dumbass lawyer, Jasmine. Was a lawyer, dropped out to be a easy way out.